All right, it's July and it's hot, but I just got the latest box from Barrel and Blade, so pretty pumped to open this thing up. As always, let's open the seal and see what we got this month. What's up guys, Eric here with At Home in the Future, and I'm back with another Barrel and Blade unboxing. So if you're not too familiar with this subscription, it's a really cool one. Lots of like prepping, survival, and tactical gear, that sort of thing. Really neat one. Comes in two different flavors. There's a level 1 box, it's around 50 bucks a month, and a level 2, which is what we unbox in here, it's around 100 bucks a month. As always, if you want to save yourself some money, be sure to follow the link on the screen or down in the description. But yeah, here we go. We got the July box, kind of nondescript. Also a little light, which is always kind of interesting to see what they actually crammed in this thing. But no clue what we got going on in here. Let's see. All right, got everything opened up. And right off the bat, we got some stuff from Silent. I see some other cool stuff, but we'll jump in. Here is our cards. Operation 73, sustainability. All right, interesting. Again, Barrel and Blade's kind of wild. Sometimes they have no theme whatsoever, and sometimes they jump back into a theme, which is kind of unusual, I feel like, in this segment of the subscription market. So this claims to be some top-rated items to aid in the sustainability of both you and your loved ones. They mentioned the silent Faraday bag is a big thing. Talk about some protection against EMPs and solar flares and all that stuff. So cool, kind of the prepping side of things this month, which is always nice. But you know what? I'm going to pop over the card here. Here's your level 1 box. Here's your level 2. Gives you some ideas of what's in this month. But I'm going to put this over to the side and get this all unboxed, and we'll come back and take a look through it. Okay, so there we go. We got about 4 items, and interestingly enough, I feel like this may be the first box I've had from Barrel and Blade that doesn't have a blade. Or no, is this a blade? No, yeah, this is a blade. It's a Rapid Edge multi-tool. You know what, since I grabbed that, we'll start with that. So this is from SOG. Worth $25, a SOG Rapid Edge. Perfect for a keychain or lanyard loop, it says. Quickly and easily deployed. Flies under the radar when not in use. So what is this? All right. This is just like a little kind of weirdo looking neck knife. It looks like it's it says multi-tool. It says compact blade and keyring carry, which to me is just a blade. It is in this crazy card packaging, which I don't love. Let me see if I can get this open. All right, so here's our tool here. This is the SOG Rapid Edge. Looks like it's made to be like a lanyard on something. I think you just yank it out. Yeah, and you got this little blade, which is probably pretty awesome for cutting boxes. I'll tell you what's cool about this. Now, I just grabbed this and just gripped it just how it came natural to me, but it actually has this kind of like jimping built into the edges that is super comfortable. Like my knuckles grab on both sides of it. So you got a little slicer, probably good for like opening boxes and stuff. Trying to see if it says anything on the ring here. Nope, pretty straightforward. Let's see, how do I get this back in here? Does it go, I think it went like that. I'll be honest, I have no idea what I'm gonna use this thing for. I actually really dig it. It's almost nice. I may put it on like the outside of like a backpack, because it doesn't look freaky. Even if you have this like the office environment, you wouldn't look at that and think anything of it. But if you gotta get into a box real quick and maybe you don't have a knife on you, being able just to grab that and slice something, that's actually a pretty cool little tool. So yeah, they say that's worth 25 bucks, which is probably about right, street price-wise. Interesting. Okay, so the SOG Rapid Edge, cool first item, even though I kind of jumped the gun there. Let's go back and we'll look at the Silent Faraday Dry Bag, which I feel like I've messed with one of their dry bags before. So Silent, which by the way, I used to call Slint because the logo there always threw me off. Their whole thing is making these little Faraday bags and containers. It keeps all the radio signals in and out. Yeah, these are pretty cool. So this kind of looks like a classic dry bag. I think this one's maybe 5 liters or so. I'm gonna guess there. Worth 60 bucks. Let's see, it doesn't say here. Let's see if it says in the tag. It doesn't really say here, but it does have some general instructions on what works and stuff. So it works just like any other dry bag. You know, pop your stuff in here, then just kind of roll stuff down and cinch it up with the little kind of belt clip loop thing here. But where the superpower comes with this is not only will it keep your stuff super dry, it looks pretty cool, like all murdered out with the black print and stuff on here. But this is like a super Faraday cage thing where there's no radio signals getting in, nothing getting out. So if you want to go off grid, you like to camp without your work being able to get in hold of you, you know, just throw your electronics in here, throw your phone, tablet, whatever else in a bag like this and you're good to go. But maybe more importantly on the prepping side of things, these will hypothetically shield your electronics from like an EMP attack. So God forbid something horrible happens in our country or wherever you're at, they do an EMP thing in the atmosphere that just kills all electronics. Anything you have in here should be good to go, unless you're like at ground zero of the blast, in which case you're not too worried about the EMP side of things. But I'm sure we'll get to this here in a second, but this is a little, looks like a radio that came with this, but this is the type of thing that's like an emergency type item that you want to keep in here. So pretty handy. So great for making a little go bag type thing too. Not absolutely huge, but very cool. Oh, there's goodies in here. So we've got a little QR code card, probably explains more about the product. We've got a strap and just your typical silica do not eat packets. So, all right, so from Silent, not Slint, Silent, that's their EMP Faraday bag, dry bag, 60 bucks right there. So next up, we got from Hybrid Light, the Journey Solar Flashlight and Charger. Oops, that is this thing here. So Hybrid Light, I feel like has come a long way. So I feel like I've seen these years ago, actually when I used to get this stuff, before I even unboxed it on the channel. I've got some stuff from Hybrid Light before, but it's amazing how far the technology has come, because I think it was like a 10 lumen light or something, and now it looks like these are a lot nicer. So 200 lumen flashlight, and it's a charger. Looks like it can be powered by solar. Yeah, 21 hours of light on a full charge, 6 hours on high, 21 on low, 1 meter drop, pretty good throw. It floats, so I guess if you have it on a boat and are using this sort of thing, it floats. So that is pretty cool. I'm not sure how long it would take to charge via that little solar panel there, but it says it holds a charge for 7 years. I bet you can charge it some other way too. So let's pop open the seal on this and we'll take a little look real quick. All right, so from inside the package here, we've got a little USB, micro USB cable. We've got a little operating manual here, so we can see everything on here. Twist off end cap. I wonder what is under here when you twist it off. Is that the charging port? Yeah, so here's your little power bank side of things, where you've got a USB-A port and your micro USB to charge it, and an O-ring, because it is waterproof and floats and all that. But otherwise we have just a pretty straightforward flashlight. So cool, kind of sharp, hot beam there in the middle. It does get very bright. I think there's not much else to it. I wonder, I'm near a window here. I don't know if this will light up just from getting some general solar energy on it or not, but it feels surprisingly well made. Sometimes you get kind of these cheap, chintzy, solar-powered stuff that really just doesn't have much to it. Always feel kind of like just hollow and junk. And you can tell that you can leave them out in the sun for like 3 weeks and you probably get about 1 minute of light. But Hybrid Light has a really good reputation. So great item there. Again, this is very prepping specific this month, which I dig. I think we had a pretty tactical specific box from Barrel and Blade last month. So cool change of pace. So last thing we're gonna look at, and a great item to have that I actually do not have anything like this. So I'm pumped about this. This is the Eton weather radio. It says rechargeable, has a digital display, a solar panel, and hand turbine power generator. Tunes into AM, FM, NOAA weather band. Crank for a minute and you produce enough power for 20 minutes of music, news, and weather, or simply charge it in the sun. You can also recharge the battery with mini USB. Okay, so let's open up and see what this thing looks like. Okay, so here we go. Interestingly enough, when I pulled this out of the box, the digital display is on for some reason. So I don't know if that's the solar hitting it or if let's see. I don't know. It's got kind of your standard light up there. It looks like maybe this is affiliated with the American Red Cross. So here's your crank. Again, this is one of these items where I feel like crank radios were like massively popular and like new to the market, maybe 15 years ago. And then a flood of dirt cheap ones hit Amazon and like dollar stores and stuff, and all those are garbage. So it's kind of got a sour reputation in a lot of people's mouths, but they're actually really good gadgets to have, especially if you have a nice one. Looks like this already has some charge in it. It's a very blue little emergency flashlight, but you're probably only using that in a pinch. It's like you can change modes by flipping the wheel around here. I don't know. I'm probably not going to figure out all this on camera. The only thing I don't like that I saw right away is this weird like mini USB charging standard, which like nothing uses these days. It's all at the very least micro USB and hopefully like USB-C or just regular USB. This is one of those weirdo cables that if you lose the cable to it, you're probably gonna have a better time trying to figure out what's gonna charge it. Looks like it has a headphone port too. That's interesting. But yeah, here's your charging ports and everything down there. But I like that you can recharge it in the wall anyway, because that solar panel on this probably isn't gonna do much. Little expandable antenna, all right. So as far as little weather radios go, way better than the little cheapies. This is a really cool one. Eton makes really nice gear, so pretty cool. So that's worth $50 right there. All in all, a very cool box from Barrel and Blade this month. We have Silent Faraday Dry Bag. We have this crazy little knife from SOG, which actually unexpectedly like this thing quite a bit. Even as somebody who has a knife on them all the time, something like this Maybe even be something I give to like my teen or my wife or somebody that can like make use of a blade where they probably aren't going to carry a knife all the time, but still need to open boxes and get into stuff. Pretty cool little gadget there. Really nice solar flashlight from Hybrid Light and this super cool weather radio. So as always, if you want to get this sub for yourself, again, save yourself some money, follow the link on the screen or down in the description. Barrel and Blade is a cool one every month. Just has different stuff than everything else in the marketplace, which is really cool. But that is it for this month's unboxing. If you dug the video, be sure to hit the like button because it helps the channel out a ton, and subscribe if you want to see more unboxings and more cool stuff like this down the line. We'll see you next time.